Hiya people, welcome to today's magical mystery tour. We are off to get another vice, and this is an exceptional vice. But I thought I'd show you some more local villages this time. We'll start off first with Manningtree and Mistley. Manningtree is the smallest town in Britain. Sorry about the quality, it's filmed on my phone, wedged on the dashboard. But what do you expect? I'm low budget. Right, in front of us is St Mary's and St Michael's new church. You'll find out why it's a new church in a minute. This end here, the back end, is very unique. Look at the shape of that, right? And we'll just look at the ceiling inside. It's nice, isn't it? And we'll have a long look down the whole length of the building. And have a look at some stained glass windows. So this was built in the late 1800s. And like I said, it's the new St Mary's and St Michael's, because down the bottom here is the old St Mary's, and all that is left are these two towers. On the right here is the River Stour, which brought the boats and barges down the river and made them both prosper. So in the 15th to the 18th century, the wool trade was massive here. So I'm not driving fast, and coming up here is the start of Manningtree town. I shall drive through it at normal speed because it just doesn't take long. Apart from being famous for being the smallest town in Britain, it is also famous for Matthew Hopkins, the Witchfinder General. He killed a lot of people around this area. And that's it. It's not very big, is it? We'll do a left here and I'll show you some more of the houses. They do get a bit bigger and a bit grander as we go up the hill. I'll show you the tiny roads associated with this town. It's a nightmare when you've got to deliver here. Now we do start getting to some grand big houses. Due to the narrowness of the roads, they did implement a stupid one-way system a long time ago that don't really work. So it is a bit random where I'm driving, but look, more narrow roads. Right, I think we'll just pop back into Manningtree and drive through it in the other direction so you don't miss anything. In fact, there's a very unusual artefact coming up on a chimney stack. So we're just about to enter the high street again. There's a very unusual tribute in front of us on that chimney stack on that building there. It's a manningtree ox. This was referred to by Shakespeare in Henry IV, that manningtree ox with a pudding in its belly. And that's it, the end of the town again. Back to the River Stour. This is a very, very, very wide river. And this leads down to the sea at Harwich. It also joins the River Orwell at the same place and becomes an estuary. Right, we'll head back where we come from now to the smaller place of Mistley, which is much smaller, and the roads are even narrower. Now, once again, I apologise about the camera view there. Look, it is filmed on my phone, balanced on the dash, and we're not allowed to touch it while we're driving no more. If you pretend you're 5 years old and you're clinging onto the dash with your fingertips, this would give you the same view. So Mistley was originally known as Mistley Thorn, and at that time it built some small warships for the Royal Navy. But it's more famously known for its maltings, many of which have been converted into offices and flats. Like this one here that looks tiny until you see it from the water side. So this is the main part of Mistley coming up now. On the right, all the workers' cottages, the fishermen's cottages, etc. I'm going to show you, they've got a lot of new builds going in around here, which I think is disgusting, and you should never ruin a village like this with new builds. But I'll show you the difference between some of the old ones and some of the new ones. Coming up right now is a secret nuclear bunker, but I won't show you that in this video. You can't get in it anymore. But yeah, it's a secret nuclear bunker. This would have been where all the water authorities, gas, etc. controlled everything from in the event of anything happening in the Cold War. So these are some of the original houses. I'll try to get around a corner here to show you better, but I can't really. There are still some timber made ones, timber framed. Quite unusual in Britain for a timber frame property. There's, look, just on the left there you could see one. You get to see some more here as I pull out, but these are reasonably newer, like 100 years old probably. I'm going to take you in now to some new build, brand new bungalows. If you don't want to see it, just skip on. Remarkably, these new build bungalows that will not still be standing in 100 years because they are built in such a crappy shit way, they sell from between 400 and 500,000 pounds. I am gobsmacked. They're all different in little ways, but they're all the same. And they're all tiny. Honestly, if you pay this sort of money for one of these, you need your head examining. Right, we'll come out of here with these shitty new ones. Yeah, well, you see them ones in front of us? Going to go round and go in there. They're houses that were built by the local authority, the council, in the 1940s and 50s. All right. Now, if you want to buy one of them, you're looking at about 300 to 400,000, and they're bigger. So these are local authority built for working class people to give them somewhere decent to live. Just after the war, they moved a lot of people out of London into estates like these. A lot of these are prefabricated concrete. Coming up, you can see the prefabricated concrete slabs they built these houses out of. There's not many that haven't been rendered or bricked over. So we're going to come out of here now, turn right and drive to the very next turning on the right into a new build of bigger houses. These houses sell for between 500,000 and $750,000. It's amazing. Again, they're all different, but they're all the same. Right, shall we put this on fast forward and get nearer that vice? So, do you remember the other day Scoutcrafter was doing a bit of work in his Stanley vice? And he said, when you're working on a tool, positioning is very important. I thought, yes, John, you're right. But in that little 700, 702 Stanley vice, I ain't going to be able to hold some of the tools that I clean. So what I need is a vice that can move to any angle. And one that can cope with heavy duty stuff. So what I bought was this. This comes as standard on Royal Navy battleships. Are you ready? This is a monster. It's a 6-inch double-headed, quadruple-jawed pipe vice, normal vice. It's a Swindens. Royal Navy ships, aircraft carriers, the RAF, and early years on the railway as well. These vices were made to do the hardest of work. The last one I see of these come up on eBay was £475. That's about $600, and it was unrestored. This I got for a bargain, 140. I am well pleased. This is a keeper. It's not going to get painted. I've seen some painted ones on YouTube and they look shit. This is going to go down to bare metal and stay bare metal. Remarkably, these countryside tours seem to take longer for me to edit than normal videos. But I hope you enjoyed it, or maybe you just skipped to the end to see what vice I bought. Please leave me a comment about what you think to this vice. It's my most expensive purchase ever. Thank you all for watching, even if you just skipped to the end to see what vice it was. I'm going to say bye for now.